I welcome you to the last session on structures. So now we are going to correlate structures and functions. So what we are going to do is we are going to pass structure to a function. So passing structure values as argument to function. There are three methods to pass your structure values. Method 1 is the elementary one. Here I can pass each and every member as actual argument. Each and every member of a structure will be sent as an actual argument. Method 2, here we can send the whole entire structure, a copy of entire structure to the called function. Third one, sending the address location of the structure using pointers. The first method is very elementary, but when the structure members are more in number, then it is unmanageable. In such case, we cannot go with method 1. Method 3 using pointers will be discussed in pointers concept. What we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss method 2, and this method will be discussed later. Method 2 is just passing entire structure to a called function. You all are familiar with the functions, even though let me recall function declaration, how a function declaration is done. A function is declared. What is the format? What is the syntax? It should have a return type. This return type will be either an integer, float, or void, or character. Void represents, it returns nothing. Then a function name, then argument list. We know this. Suppose this argument list contains, suppose I want to send a structure variable as the argument, and I want to get back structure values, then this return type will take the form whenever the argument list contains structure variable, and if I want to return a structure variable, then the return type takes the form. In the place of simply we used to write it as int, float, void. In that place we have to put the keyword struct struct together with the name of the structure. Then as usual, function name. If the argument list contains structure variables, once again this format should be followed. Yes, keyword, tag name, then the structure variable, comma, together with I can send any elementary data types also. Now let us see an example for sending a whole structure to a function. Before moving on to that, regarding method 2, I want to insist one thing. Since we are sending a copy of a structure, whatever the calculations that are done inside a function doesn't make any change in the original structure variable. So it is need to return the entire structure back to the calling function. So whenever you use method 2, you have to return the entire structure. So it is a must. Now next we are going to see a program. A program simply related to a stock maintenance of your company. Okay, let me consider as an example as a grocery store, a departmental store. Suppose the departmental store holds a stock. What I am going to write is I am going to write a program that updates the stock and calculates the value of the stock. What is the meaning of updating stock? For example, let me take a product. Let me take a rinse soap. This is my item and the price of the soap is 10 and number of quantity available is 50. These are all stored in the stock. Now a new stock arrives and 100 rinse soap arrives to the store, and now the cost becomes 11. Earlier it was 10. Now the company offers for 11. So I want to update my stock. Already there is a 50 soap cakes. Now I want to include one more 100. Now the store contains 150 rinse soap and the price will be increased as 11. So I have to make a change. 10 plus 1, 50 plus 100. This is called as updating the stock. So what I am going to write is, I am going to create a structure with the structure members as item, price, quantity of that item. Whenever a stock arrives, I am going to call a function called update.